occasion of this event. It's the Ayala Foundation National Anthem Video Press Launch. Of course, that's the launch. We just had the lunch. So thank you very much. And it's about time for us to listen to brief statements of newsmakers and corporate personnel who would tell us the reason behind this special project. So may I call on Severina Amore, Senior Director of Ayala Foundation, to tell us more about this project. Sel, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is just a very brief history of how this project started. Ayala Foundation, together with the National Historical Commission, produced a national anthem video back in 2016. And it's the one still playing in Ayala cinemas now. We had to go through a stringent process of approvals by the NHCP because they do have rules. So when you sing the national anthem, when you take a video, the video while the national anthem is being sung should be people singing. So we actually did a reproduction. Our first draft did not pass. But despite that glitch, we had a very strong relationship with the National Historical Commission. Sir Ted over here has been guiding us with our national anthem materials. And then later on, we said, why don't we take this partnership a little bit further? So National Historical Commission said, we really need help in putting flags in the public institutions, whether they're schools or they're police stations. We need the proper flags there. Because as guardians of the flag law, they need to see that the flag that's flying, especially in public institutions, are the correct size, the correct shade, and especially how it's made. So you have to get from accredited suppliers of the National Historical Commission. So we again went through a whole process and said, maybe this is something we can do together. So that sort of ramped up the partnership, and up to now, we're still together. We went around the country, distributing flags with the help of course, other partners. Ayala Corporation, JP here has helped us quite a lot. We put together a national flag distribution. We've gone to 10 regions, Gia, 10 regions, and we've distributed close to 6,000 flags. Our quota, our target for the year is 10,000 flags. We've done already 6,000 flags. So for the rest of the year, we are really optimistic that we'll meet the target. So this morning's event is a continuation of the partnership. And of course, this is also part of our commitment to also put up a material for the national anthem that the National Historical Commission will be willing to endorse to other users, even outside of Ayala. And is it okay if I pass the mic, sir, to May Bauson over here? Because Ayala Malls has been really supporting us with this project from before.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I just want to say congratulations to the Ayala Foundation for this new video. And as Sel mentioned, we started showing this in all the Ayala cinemas since we started in 2016. And I think now, this 2019, which also marks the 185th year of Ayala Corporation, it's timely that we now have new material that showcases the pride and love of country. And we can't wait to show this new video to you later. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this event will never be complete without the message of the Executive Director of the National Historical Commission of the Philippines. Especially at this point in time when there are proposals to change the lyrics of the national anthem and another bright guy suggesting another star to the tricolor. So we'd like to find out his thoughts about the significance of this day Sarong Kaymanwa from Bicol, Director Chairman Rene Fiscal. Chairman.
Thank you very much. And good afternoon to everyone. First of all, I would like to express our gratitude to Ayala Foundation and other companies under Ayala companies for partnering with us in implementing Republic Act 8491 or the Flag and Heraldic Code of the Philippines. As mentioned earlier, Ayala Foundation spent a lot of money just to replace old flags of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, Philippine National Police, and I understand that even some schools of DepEd will also be beneficiaries of this very noble project. The occasion is very timely because today we are celebrating the National Heroes Day and we're supposed to promote Filipino nationalism and pay tribute to the nameless Filipino heroes who are not written in the textbook and that we haven't put up any monument at all. Other thing is, it's also nice to hold this in this historic building of the old Tuban in our terminal. We talk about Ayala, you always remember BGC, Makati, Santa Rosa, and unknown to many that even in this place identified so much with the Filipino masses, Ayala is also present. Now, going back to the event that we will be witnessing this morning, the company will be showing to us a video that will be played in Ayala theaters, something to do with our Philippine national flag. This is a joint project of Ayala Foundation and specifically with the Research, Publication and Heraldic Division of the National Historical Commission of the Philippines. It was mentioned by Melo that for the past number of years, there have been attempts to alter our flag and also just recently to change the last portion of our national anthem. Just for the information of everyone, we continuously oppose all these moves and we are lucky that majority of the legislators listen to our position. For us, the national flag and our national anthem are already sanctified by time and it's been part of our culture. We don't see any need to alter it. We can, I would say, accommodate the points of the proponents of the revision through other means, but please respect the flag and the anthem. And it's good that Ayala Foundation is really one with us in preserving the history of our flag and the history of our national anthem, and also in promoting this by coming up with a new video. It's probably updated and more appropriate to the present generation that normally goes to our movie houses. Again, on behalf of the National Historical Commission, we're expressing our gratitude to the National Historical to Ayala Foundation, the Ayala Corporation, for all of you who witnessed this historic event. Marami pong salamat.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. You know, I sound nostalgic because it is in Tutuban where we used to take the trains to Bicol. We had my own limited special, but it will only be part of the recollections. I felt nostalgic as well because when I was a Boy Scout, and that was a long time ago, I would stop the traffic at P. Zamora in Pasay because we will be singing the national anthem. Raise the flag, lower the flag, but these days, you know, this will just be part of recollections. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce our next speaker, the head of the corporate resources of Ayala. May I call on J.P. Obeta for his remarks.
Thank you, Mela, and thank you, Chairman Rene from NHCP. We always value this relationship. And I think maybe just to put things in perspective, as Sel already mentioned, Ayala is celebrating our 185th year as a company. No? I think there are very few companies that can claim to be that long, that are that old. But age notwithstanding, I think we one of the reasons of its longevity is its Ayala's commitment to national development or to nation building. That's always been one of our core values, that all the businesses that we get into, there has to be an impact on the economy and on the Philippines. And so if you look at all our businesses, whether it's in development of property or the banking institution like BPI, BPI is also celebrating its 168th year. So medyo matagal na rin ang BPI. Globe Telecom, Manila Water, and then more recently we have AC Education, AC Health, Infrastructure, Energy. So as you can see, we're always looking at ways we can help the country. And of course, at the core of this is also the foundation. Being really the partner that we seek, that partners with all our different companies to execute the way we would really give back to the country and to the communities. So it's all about creating shared value. And this is something that our chairman just spoke to at the Sustainability Summit, at International Sustainability Summit last week. That the importance of capitalism is not in just making money for its shareholders, but really making sure that it is creating shared value to the communities it serves. And that's really something that we strongly believe in. And so with that, a lot of the things that we've been doing has been about nation building, including our employees. We have about 45,000 employees across the group. Those are direct employees. And we actually, obviously, there are a lot more that depend their livelihood on Ayala in our different businesses, whether they work in our malls, they're in our construction companies, etc. So our footprint really for even employment is pretty large, no? And the impact that we have on society, we'd like to think is also part of that engagement. And that's why volunteerism is very strong for the Ayala Group. In fact, to celebrate the 185th year, I was just asked, are we going to have a big party? And we decided as a group, it is not time to celebrate that in that way, no, that by spending money. And we decided to, at the start of the year, to celebrate 185 years. We said, what if we put ourselves at the task of asking our employees to donate 185,000 volunteer hours? And that was the goal that we set. And mukhang malaki, no? 185,000 hours. But we said that's something that we should actually try to do. And to be honest, we were overwhelmed by the response. Because as of June, and we started tracking, as of June, we already generated 311,000 hours of volunteer work by our employees. No? So, sinabi ko, itidoblehin na natin yung 185, sabi ko, as a challenge. No? But I think that goes to show the commitment of all our employees on what it means to be a corporate citizen, that it's not just about doing our work, but it's also how can we give back to our communities. And that, like I said, it is through this that we can best exemplify that. And so to give you just some snippets, no, or some examples, we've been doing Brigada Escuela for a long time, which we call Brigada Ayala. But this year we said, let us target a bigger impact, no? Because we said that being our 185th year and being part of the 185,000 volunteer hours that we wanted to go to achieve. No? And so we did. We had a call for action, and basically we reached 190 schools all over the country and logged in 172,000 volunteer hours just for those schools alone. And again, everybody was involved. They all found time to do that. And you know, that's an example that is a project that's spearheaded by Ayala Foundation. And again, the call to action was responded to, no, by our employees. So even the national anthem video that we will be launching today, most of the people in that video are volunteers. And that's the whole point, that we actually asked for our employees who wanted to volunteer for the video. And many of our employees volunteered, no? From BPI, Manila Water, Globe, IMI, AC Infra, National Teachers College, Ayala Foundation, our co-op. The singers are from our Globe and BPI chorales. You know, so it was really a group-wide effort. And again, we'd like to commend really Centex and the other Ayala Foundation projects because they really looked at how we can work together in building this. No? So with that, we're very proud and pleased to make this little contribution. As Mimi said, we will show it in all our Ayala cinemas, but we also show it in many other venues, our stockholders meetings, every time we have town halls, every time. The moment we said we have to stand for a Philippine national anthem, we will show that video, even among our group. No? So this is something that we will be using quite a bit, and we're very happy to have this little, our own little contribution to the National Historical Commission. So maraming salamat and thank you for coming today.
When I was in the Boy Scouts movement, and that was a long time ago, tagal na nun. Mura pa ang soft drinks. Sabi kasi yung respect for the flag is respect for oneself. Pero nag-google ako ngayon, nasabi, pag meron kayo kang nakitang bandila, a thoughtful mind when it sees a nation's flag, it sees not the flag, but the nation itself. Sabi yan ni Henry Ward Beecher. When I was working in Legazpi City, I always criticized the city government because there was a flagpole with no flag. And the city administrator called my attention and said, Melo, wala ka lang dokumentaryuhan. Bakit? May bandila na. Inalis na namin yung flagpole. So anyway, may we not be allowed to see the video, but may I request everyone to please rise to respect a sign of respect for the Philippine national anthem. Yes, sir.
Ilagay ang kanang kamay sa ating dibdib at sabay-sabay nating awitin ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Hayang magiliw, pelas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa likod mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyang ka ng mag-ibig, sa manlulupi, ikapasisiil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong mukhaw. May hiratang ulat, awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang kisap ng wakaw at mo'y tagumpay na nagdiningning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay langit sa kapi ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Thank you.